Pizza used to be the safe bet. Friday night, you'd call your favorite spot, nobody argued, everybody won. Simple, reliable, pretty hard to mess up. But while you've been mindlessly clicking order on the same apps, some truly questionable pizza chains have been counting on your autopilot mode. They're serving up cardboard crust cheese that tastes like melted plastic and charging you premium prices for gas station quality. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The biggest chains aren't competing on taste anymore. They're competing on who can trick you into thinking $18 for a soggy, grease-soaked disappointment is somehow normal. So let's talk about the 8 pizza chains that range from why does this exist to finally someone who actually gives a damn. Life's too short to waste money on pizza that tastes like it gave up halfway through baking. Smash that subscribe button because we're about to save you from some seriously depressing dinner decisions. Number 8. Chuck E. Cheese. Founded in 1977 in San Jose as America's first family entertainment center. The problem? The pizza has always been an afterthought. What they're serving barely qualifies as pizza. The crust tastes like cardboard that's been under a heat lamp since the Reagan administration. The cheese dissolves in your mouth like cheap gum, completely lacking the thick, chewy quality you'd expect. The sauce is generic cafeteria grade, and get this, the temperature is the real insult. Arrives lukewarm at best, often cold. Large pizzas run $14 to $18, which means you're paying $2 per slice to feed kids who won't remember the taste anyway. Ranked number 1 worst pizza chain on multiple consumer surveys. This isn't controversial, it's consensus. One reviewer said comparing it to frozen pizza is an insult to the frozen pizza. During the pandemic, they tried rebranding as Pasquale's on delivery apps to hide their identity. That's how embarrassed they were. Chuck E. Cheese survives because nobody actually goes there for the pizza. They're selling birthday party memories and arcade tickets. They're counting on parents being too exhausted to drive somewhere else and kids being too distracted to notice they're eating cardboard with cheese on it. When your main competitor is the box it came in, you've got a problem. Number 7. CiCi's Pizza. Founded in 1985 in Texas as an all-you-can-eat buffet concept. The business model is quantity over quality taken to its logical extreme. The crust is literally described by reviewers as an insult to cardboard. Tastes like a saltine cracker with the salt removed. The cheese is slimy and gloopy, skimped on so heavily you can see through to the crust. The sauce is watery and bland, clearly diluted to stretch costs. The real kicker is that pizzas sit under heat lamps for 20 plus minutes, transforming from mediocre to borderline inedible. The buffet costs $8.99 for adults, which sounds like a deal until you realize even at that price you're overpaying. One customer said the only people who leave happy are teenage athletes who don't get to eat as much as they want at home. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2021. CiCi's exists because some people prioritize volume over literally everything else. They're targeting large families on shoestring budgets who need cheap calories fast. They're counting on the sunk cost fallacy. Once you've paid for the buffet, you feel obligated to eat more even when your body is begging you to stop. When your pizza has been sitting under a heat lamp long enough to file for bankruptcy itself, maybe reconsider. Number 6. Sbarro. Founded in 1956 in Brooklyn, Sbarro eventually became synonymous with mall food court pizza. Headquartered in Columbus, Ohio since 2014 after filing bankruptcy twice. Yes, twice. Pre-made New York-style slices sit under heat lamps for indeterminate periods. Could be 20 minutes, could be 2 hours. The crust ranges from soggy at the bottom to stale at the edges. The cheese is greasy with orange oil pools you can blot off with napkins. The sauce is overly sweet with that mass-produced flavor. Single slices run $4 to $6. Whole pizzas around $11 to $13. One review literally said no one has ever thought, oh, we should get pizza from Sbarro tonight. They survive purely on captive audiences in malls or airports with limited options. If this is already saving you from a bad pizza night, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Sbarro's entire business model is location monopoly. They're banking on you being hungry with no alternatives nearby. They're counting on convenience beating standards every single time. When your pizza's main selling point is it's right there, you're not running a restaurant. You're running a hostage situation. Number 5. Papa Murphy's. Founded in 1995 from a merger of 2 take-and-bake chains. Based in Vancouver, Washington, they've somehow convinced customers that handing you raw pizza is a feature, not a problem. The crust has that distinctive frozen pizza texture despite fresh daily dough claims. Doughy and dense. The cheese is generic pre-shredded quality. The sauce is bland, pre-spread thin and sweet. But here's where it gets tricky. Home ovens max out at 500 degrees, while pizza ovens hit 700 to 900 degrees. You physically cannot replicate proper cooking. Large pizzas cost $9 to $19, but recent price increases have customers complaining. One order for 2 mediums and sides hit $50. One customer called it the ultimate gaslighting pizza chain. If you don't like it, that's on you. You baked it yourself. They were taken over by Canadian company MTY Food Group in 2019 after struggling with profitability. Papa Murphy's banks on the illusion of freshness and customer participation. They're counting on you not realizing that professional equipment matters. When your pizza comes out wrong, you blame yourself instead of them. Charging $50 to make you finish their job with inadequate tools is bold. Number 4, Little Caesars. Founded in 1959 in Garden City, Michigan, Little Caesars built an empire on the hot and ready model. Walk in, grab a $5 pizza, walk out. Except now it's $8 to $9 and the quality never improved. The crust is described as cardboard-like with a dry, pancake-like appearance that barely rises. The cheese is where things get rough, greasy with orange oil pools. Customers say the grease just squirted when I bit into it. The sauce is watery. One reviewer claimed they mixed their sauce with grease water. What makes this particularly frustrating is the temperature consistency. Pizzas sit in warmers becoming lukewarm and eventually on their way out. Hot and ready pizzas cost $7.29 to $9. First price increase in 25 years has customers angry. 27% of respondents voted it worst pizza chain in a 2021 poll. One brutal review said pepperoni so thin the pig didn't feel it being shaved. Little Caesars survives on pure convenience and nostalgia. They're targeting last-minute party hosts, broke college students, and families who value having pizza right now over having good pizza eventually. When customers describe your pizza as tasting like it gave up, that's a problem. At $9, this isn't even the value play it used to be. Number 3, Domino's. Founded in 1960 in Michigan, Domino's is the largest pizza chain globally with 20,500 plus locations. After famously admitting in 2010 that their pizza tasted like cardboard, they reformulated everything. The result? Actually pretty decent pizza. The hand-stretched crust is brushed with garlic oil. Cornmeal on the bottom provides a nice crispy texture. The cheese is nutty noted and properly balanced. The sauce is light, designed not to overpower. Generally arrives hot thanks to efficient delivery network and pizza tracker technology. Large pizzas run $15 to $16 at menu price, but frequent $7.99 to $9.99 deals make it competitive. They were the best performer among major chains with 5.3% sales growth in 2024. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. One customer said, "I'm tired of people complaining about Domino's being expensive when they don't use coupons." Domino's figured out that technology and consistency matter as much as taste. The reformulation worked because they admitted failure and actually improved. Aggressively medium pizza delivered with Amazon efficiency. Not exciting, but reliable and actually decent when you snag a deal. Number 2, Papa John's. Founded in 1984 in Indiana, Papa John's markets itself on better ingredients, better pizza. The reality? Polarizing pizza, saved mainly by cult favorite garlic butter sauce. The crust is that weird pillowy style that's love it or hate it. Thick, doughy, very bread forward. The cheese is generous but extra fatty, leading to greasy orange oil situations. The sauce is divisive. Some say too sweet, others call it perfect. But here's the thing, that garlic butter dipping sauce, customers literally say it's the only reason they order. Large pizzas cost $15 to $18, and 2023 price increases killed sales. The CEO admitted pricing got out in front of where consumers were willing to spend. Generous toppings are praised, especially the unique spicy Italian sausage option. The pizza frequently arrives as a soggy, greasy mess with orange oil running everywhere. But the included pepperoncini and garlic sauce create genuine brand loyalty. Papa John's banks on the perception of being premium without actually being premium. The better ingredients slogan was ruled unprovable puffery in court, but it works psychologically. You're paying $17 for pizza that needs a condiment to be good. The garlic butter is doing more work than it should, but when it works, it works. Number 1, Marco's Pizza. Founded in 1978 in Toledo, Ohio, by actual Italian immigrant Pasquale Pat Gianmarco. Marco's is the only major chain with legitimate Italian roots. With 1,100 plus locations, they're proving you can have both chain efficiency and actual quality. Fresh dough is made in-store daily, brushed with olive oil and Parmesan. Proper technique. The proprietary 3 cheese blend uses mozzarella, Munster, and provolone. Actually distinctive. The family sauce recipe from Italy tastes homemade, not mass-produced. The signature Old World pepperoni cups up when cooked, creating intensely flavorful but crispy edges. Large pizzas run $12 to $16. Competitive pricing, but noticeably better quality. One customer said consistent every time I've ordered it, lots of toppings. All the other ones around here skimp. They were the 5th fastest growing pizza chain, doubling Domino's growth rate. The pizza holds together even when cold, not a brick or awkward cheese blob. Marco's succeeds by refusing to compromise. They're positioned perfectly between budget chains and expensive independents. The Italian heritage isn't marketing, it's in the recipe and technique. Old world pepperoni cups fill with joy. 3 cheese blend that's smooth instead of rubbery. Sauce that tastes like someone's grandmother made it. This is what chain pizza should be. The pizza chain game has become a test of how much mediocrity you're willing to tolerate for convenience. We went from Chuck E. Cheese treating pizza as an afterthought to Marco's actually respecting the craft. Entertainment venue cardboard versus legitimate Italian technique. The gap shouldn't be that wide, but here we are. Here's what matters. Price doesn't automatically mean garbage, and expensive doesn't guarantee quality. Sometimes the $12 pizza from the Italian-founded chain destroys the $18 premium option. The best pizza respects your time, your money, and your taste buds. In that order, vote with your wallet. These chains only survive because we keep ordering on autopilot. When the $9 cardboard box starts costing $50, maybe it's time to try somewhere that actually cares whether you come back. Hit subscribe if this changed where you'll order pizza from, and drop a comment telling us which ranking you think we got completely wrong. The truth is on the table. Order accordingly.